Hi, this is Leslie Fightmaster, and I am with my friend Shireen today. Welcome to day 45. This is our halfway point. So we'll start sitting and creating an intention. And then from here, it's going to come into a forward fold Uttanasana. Feel free to bend your knees any amount. Take the feet about hips width apart. And today's class is going to be just a true dynamic Vinyasa flow class. Let's bring the hands to the hips and make your spine nice and long. And then as you exhale, fold forward again. And then inhale, sweep your arms all the way up and lengthen. And then exhale the hands to the heart, Samastitihi. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you'll step back to plank. Shift forward, lower chaturanga. Then inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. On your inhale, float your right leg back and up. And exhale, just bend the knee and open up the hip. And then bring that knee to the nose. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, shoulders over wrist, draw the leg in toward the belly. And back into plank, lifting one leg off the floor and then drawing it back in. Step the right foot up. And then inhale with your torso hovering above your right knee. Make sure your right knee is over the ankle. And then rise up into Warrior One. Dropping the tailbone down, pulling the front ribs in, and then bend the back knee, and then straighten it. So bend the knee, exhale, straighten the leg, and then bring the hands to the heart center, taking your left elbow across, make a twist. As you inhale, see if you can get some length in your twist, and as you exhale, maybe a little deeper. Releasing this, we'll bring the hands to the floor. Exhale and fold over your straight front leg. Pull the right hip back. Inhale, looking up. Exhale to plank and chaturanga. Inhale to press into up dog. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg floats back and up, and the knee open up the hip. Pressing evenly through the arms. Extend the leg out, square off your hips. As you exhale, draw the leg right down the center, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, lift your leg back and up. As you exhale, bring the leg right in, shoulders over the wrist. Pull the belly in strongly. Extend that leg back, but let it hover just above the floor. You squeeze that right hip in, and then bring the left knee forward again. Step it up by the left hand and stay on the ball of your back foot. As you start to lengthen your torso, pull your left hip back, hovering, and then slowly making your way up into crescent pose and draw your front ribs in, lengthen tailbone. Then bend the back knee, and then exhale, stretch it out. And inhale, bend the knee any amount, exhale, and stretch it out. Once again, inhale, bend the knee, exhale to stretch it out. Bring the hands to the heart. You're going to lean forward and hook your right arm across and press your palms right toward the center of your chest. As you inhale, see if you can get some length. As you exhale, maybe twist a little more. And then release, hands to the mat. Take the back foot flat and then exhale and lengthen over your front leg. Straighten the left leg out. Pull the left hip back as you do with a nice long spine. And either stay halfway or fold over that leg. Step back into plank. Shift forward through chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Downward facing dog. Arms are shoulders distance, the feet are hips width. Look to the hands. Either step or hop your feet forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose, and exhale to Samastitihi. Inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, weight into the heels. Pull in the ribs. As you exhale, fold all the way forward, and then bend your knees. And we'll come down into Malasana. So the feet are wider than hips width apart. Make sure your toes and your knees track. Reach your right arm up. Left hand can be on the floor if it reaches. Back to center. And then left hand up, right hand down, and twist to the other side. And then come back into center. And bring the hands to the mats. We're going to take the knees up as high as you can towards your armpits and start to squeeze your knees toward each other. Make sure your gaze is forward. Don't let your head drop. Maybe take the feet off the floor if you can, and then step or float back to chaturanga. Inhaling up dog, exhaling back into down dog. Step your right foot up, spin your back heel flat, and come right into warrior one. And then exhale. We'll open into warrior two. Make sure you fix your feet so now your front heel lines up with the back arch. Reverse your warrior. Make sure the knee's still over the second toe. And then coming back up, straighten the front leg. Shift your hips back. Take your right hand down and lift up through the left arm for triangle pose. You're going to draw the front hip underneath you. From here, leaning forward into half moon pose. So the right hand's about 12 inches in front, pinky toe side of the foot. And if you can, you'll bend your top leg and reach back for that foot for Chakrasana. If you have the leg, or the foot, sorry, you'll stretch it back. Slowly make your way back into Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then coming up back into warrior two. And then we'll straighten that front leg. And bring your feet to parallel, and we'll do the other side. So left leg out, back toes in. And bend your front knee for warrior two. Knee is over the ankle. And reverse your warrior. Drop the right arm, nice side stretch. Left arm overhead. Inhale to come up. Left arm forward. Take the forearm to thigh with your right arm up and over. You're welcome to take the hand to the floor as well. Inhale to warrior two. And then we'll windmill the arms down through chaturanga. Inhaling up. And exhale all the way back into down dog. And then step the right foot up, back foot is flat. Coming up warrior one. I'm sorry, this is the left foot. I'm sorry. Left foot forward. And then open to warrior two. So again, make sure you fix your feet. Line up your front heel with your back arch and knee over the ankle, dropping the front hip down. Drop the right arm reverse. As you exhale, rebend into your left leg. Inhale to come up straight in the left leg. Hinge from your hip. Reach out as far as you can. Left hand down, right arm is up, and the shoulders are in line with each other. Reaching through the top arm, pressing weight into the base of the big toe of the left foot. Now bend the left knee, making your way into half moon pose. Left hand's about 12 inches in front, pinky toe side of the foot. If you can reach, you'll bend your top leg and reach back for the foot for Chakrasana. You don't have to. You can always stay with half moon pose. If you can look up at the ceiling, look up. Releasing the leg if you had the foot for Chakrasana. Slowly make your way back down. And to warrior two. And then straightening the leg. Take your feet to parallel. And then turn your right leg out, warrior two. And reverse. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Inhale to come up. Right forearm to right thigh, or you can take that right hand to the floor. Left arm overhead. Spin the left tricep down. Inhale to come up. Feet to parallel. Now left leg all the way out. Bring your hands to the mat. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing here. Anytime you want to break, take the knees down, rest. You can always push the pause button if you'd like. Look forward and step or hop your feet to the outsides of the hands so the legs are nice and wide, coming into Malasana, a squat. Palms are together. Now heel toeing the feet closer together. We'll come back into Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit back in your imaginary chair and then reach your arms forward instead of by the ears. Come on to your tiptoes and balance. Reach the arms forward, tailbone is down. Then hands to the mat, straighten the legs, forward folding. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. And exhale, make your way back, plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up, and exhale into downward dog. Float the right leg up on the inhale. As you exhale, draw the thigh in toward the belly, shoulders over the wrist, and lift that leg back. Keep it off the floor, just about a foot. Exhale, take the knee to the left tricep. Now we're going to keep that leg off the floor and then extend it forward, reaching up through the left arm. Right hand is down, and maybe you can even reach and take that toe, lifting it off the floor. And sometimes it might work and sometimes it might not. So back to downward facing dog. And then the left leg comes up. And as you exhale, draw the leg in toward the belly. Shoulders over the wrist. Extend the leg out, but keep it off the floor. Let it hover. And then exhale, take it over to the right side. Extend the left leg out to the right. Reach up through the right arm and balance. And maybe you'll pick up that left foot with the right arm and hold it off the floor. Release it back, plank, and right back into down dog. And that looked pretty fun. So you can always push pause and play with it some more if you want to. Step or hop the feet to the outsides of the hands again, back into Malasana, back to your squat. And if Malasana doesn't feel good on the knees, you don't have to go down as low. You can come up higher. So we're going to come into our little squat here. Take the knees as high up into the armpits as you can. Again, squeezing the knees toward each other. Pull the belly in strongly. Press away from the floor. Maybe one or both feet will come up into Bakasana. Keep the gaze forward. Don't let your head drop. Step or float back into Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale back into down dog. Right leg up, and we'll take it forward right in the center and then extend it back to plank. Now lift it up, take it over to the right nice and high. We're going to put that right foot on the inner left thigh like a tree pose, and then roll to the left and reach the right arm up. So it's side plank, but your top leg is in tree. If that doesn't work for you, you can take that top leg down. Now dip the hips and then lift them back up. Inhale to lower down, exhale to lift up. Come back into plank, and then lift the hips for down dog. Float your left leg back and up. Exhale, bring the knee in toward the belly. You're going to extend the left leg out, but keep it off the floor. Then take the knee to the outside, take the left foot to the inner right thigh, roll to the right side, and lift the left arm up. And again, press the foot to the inner thigh like tree pose. Then dip the hips down, and exhale, lift them back up. Inhale to lower, and exhale to lift. Looking back to the floor, and releasing the leg, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Stretching back. Bring the belly in and up. Firm the legs. Spin the inner thighs back. Step your right foot up by your right hand. Spinning the back heel flat. Line up front heel with back heel. Inhale, come into warrior one. Pulling the right hip back, send the left hip forward, lift the belly. Exhale, bend your elbows and open up your chest like you're scraping the elbows on the wall behind you. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, scrape the elbows, open the chest. Release the hands to the mat. Straighten the front leg. Pull the right hip back so your hips are level. And then press your palms together behind your back and interlace the fingers, reaching the arms up, maybe overhead as you stretch out the shoulders. Crown of the head's reaching toward the floor. Keep weight in the base of the big toe of the right foot. Bring the hands back, release them. Fingertips onto the floor. And then start to bend your front knee. And take your big toe with your right two fingers. You're going to lift that leg up as you come into side plank, Vasistasana. Try to lift the hips up so you can press the sole of the left foot down. Plank pose. Release through chaturanga, back up to plank, and then lift the hips into downward dog. And then we'll step the left foot up, back foot is flat, come into warrior one, reaching up. Pull the left hip back, send the right hip forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale to reach the arms. Exhale like you're scraping the elbows on the back wall, moving through water. Make some resistance. Inhale. Release, hands to the mat. So we're going to pick up your big toe on, not yet. We're going to straighten the left leg, pulling the left hip back. And then rebend the left knee. Exhale, straighten it. Inner thighs are squeezing toward each other. And then we'll reach back, interlace the fingers, other interlace. Reach the arms up as the crown of your head reaches down. And lengthening through the spine over the front leg. Then rebend your left knee. And with your first two fingers on your left hand, you're going to roll to the pinky toe side of the right foot as you lift that left leg up. And lift the hips up a little bit. So if you could press down on the foot that's on the floor, try to press that foot flat onto the floor. Release back into plank and lower down through chaturanga. Press up to plank on your exhale. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale back into plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Press up to plank. Lift the hips, downward dog. Inhale again, plank, and exhale, chaturanga, all the way down to the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Press all your toes down, even your little pinky toes. And when you're ready, lift your chest. Keep pressing the feet into the floor. Inner thighs are spinning up. Press the pinky toes into the floor, and then release the head down. Lift the head up again, reach the knuckles toward the heels, and lower the head. Hands by the rib cage, elbows up. Inhale, press up and back into down dog. And looking forward. And then looking back toward the legs. Right leg up, inhale. And then again, we'll bend the knee and open up the hip, but this time maybe you'll take that foot all the way to the floor for Wild Thing and reach the right arm in line with your ear toward the front of the mat. If that doesn't work, stay with the leg lifted. Come back to three-legged down dog, exhale, and take your right leg forward into Ekapada Kapotasana, pigeon pose. Now remember, if pigeon hurts your knee, you can come onto your back and take thread the needle. We do that one a lot. Or if you know another hip opening, you can do instead that doesn't hurt your knee. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, you can stay up or lean forward. Make sure those left toes point straight back behind you. Now, if your right hip is rolling off to the right, put a blanket or a pillow underneath it. And just breathe here for a few rounds of breath. And then making your way back up, either stay up or reach back for the left foot, perhaps bringing it forward so that your left heel comes toward your hip. But keep the shoulders and hips squared up toward the front of your mat. release that. And then draw that thigh right into the belly and lift the right leg back and up. Three-legged down dog. Inhale that right leg up again. Exhale, take it to the right tricep. Take it all the way up onto that arm. Lean forward for Ekapada Kundanyasana, scissors pose. And then maybe extend the leg back. If that didn't work for you, no big deal. Just do the best that you can. Never matters if you get into the pose. Just keep your breath steady and do your very best. Left leg up, inhale. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Maybe take that left foot to the floor and reach the left arm forward into wild thing, little back bend. And then bring it back around. Keep that left leg up. And then exhale, bring it forward for pigeon pose. Pigeon hurts your knee on this side. Come on to your back, take thread the needle instead. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, you can stay right where you are, or you can extend forward any amount. So if the weight is rolling off to your left hip and your hips are uneven, again, put a blanket or a pillow underneath that hip. Keep reaching through the back leg, so even though you might be resting a little, we still want active muscles. Come on back up. And bend your back knee, reach for the foot or not. If you have the foot, you want to bring it forward. Take the heel toward the outside of the right hip. Hips and shoulders still squaring toward the front of the mat. Try and keep your breath nice and steady as you're here. So your inhales and your exhales stay equal in length. Kind of release the back foot. And then draw your left knee up and back into three-legged down dog. Stretch out that leg and then take it to the left tricep and then lean forward so that your back leg comes off the floor for Ekapada Kundanyasana. Back to Chaturanga, inhaling up dog, exhaling downward facing dog. That was a tricky transition into scissors pose. Looked really pretty though. Look forward, step or hop through and sit. You can jump through if you can, or just sit right down. Bending the right knee. So you'll either take your right leg into a half lotus. If that doesn't feel good on your ankle or your knee, take your right ankle just above your left knee. And then reach for the pinky toe side of your left foot with your right hand and start to fold forward. As you inhale, see if you can get some length through the spine. As you exhale, maybe extend a little bit further. Inhale to come up. And cross your ankles. Press up, lift up, and then set back down. Left leg up, take the foot to the inner thigh, or take it into half lotus, or take that left ankle just above the right knee. So if you're in half lotus, it hurts your knee or it hurts your ankle, then don't do it. Reach for the right foot on the outside of it with the left hand. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale to come forward so that your torso is reaching over the straight leg. Breathing here, pull the toes back on the right leg. Head up on the inhale. Exhale to release. Cross your ankles, hands just in front of the hips. Pick up and lean back and then extend the legs forward again. If you can't pick all the way up off the floor, no worries. Just pick up as much as you can. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, hands to the heart, sitting up nice and tall. Pull your toes back and then reach for your feet or your legs. Inhale to lengthen. And keep your spine nice and long. And exhale, either stay where you are or extend further into your forward fold. But again, try to keep your spine nice and long. To Paschimottanasana. Keep the legs nice and active as you're forward folding. So you want to firm the quadricep muscles. Inhaling, come on up. And release. Lie all the way back onto your back and draw your knees into your chest. Rock gently from side to side. We'll keep the right knee hugging in, extend the left leg out. And then take your right knee off to your left side. You can keep the knee bent or you can straighten it out. And look over the right shoulder if that's okay on your neck. So you can hold on to your right foot with your left hand if you like. And then bring it back to center. Hold on behind the thigh and just draw the leg in towards your chest, extending through the leg. And then release it down. And hug your left knee in. And then bending the knee, take it across, or you can reach for the foot, extending the leg out and twisting that way. Look over the right shoulder as long as it's okay on your neck. And then back through center. And then extending the leg toward the chest. Hold on behind the thigh. Or you can hold by the ankle if you like. And releasing that leg. Both legs extended out. And we're going to make our way into Savasana. So allow your feet to flap open. Bring your arms a little bit out to the sides with your palms faced up. Lengthen your neck, reach your tailbone toward the heels, and allow yourself to just sink in and relax. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. As you're here resting, I have another quote from Hafiz. I don't think I've done this one yet. I hope not. It's a little poem called Dropping Keys. The small man builds cages for everyone he knows, while the sage, who has to duck his head when the moon is low, keeps dropping keys all night long for the beautiful, rowdy prisoners. Take a nice long stretch. Start to make some movements in your fingers and your toes. And as you're ready, roll yourself off to your right side. And then press yourself up, coming to seated, crossing the shins. Or if you have lotus in your practice, you can do that. Bring your hands together in front of the heart. Anjali Mudra. And bring the hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth for clear and loving communications. I honor you for your practice. Namaste. Thank you to Shireen. If you liked our class today, please push the like button. I love to hear your comments. And subscribe if you haven't. If you can afford a donation of any amount, there is a link below. And it helps us to get our free yoga to as many people as we can. And visit fightmasteryoga.com for upcoming retreats and things. Have a great day. Bye.